So if you're looking to quit drugs and alcohol, you're in the right place. My name's Luke. I'm someone who struggled with addiction for over 15 years. And on this channel, I'm sharing the exact things I did to make addiction part of my past. So today we're going to be starting off at the point where like you're quitting right now, or you've just quit, or you're about to quit. There's a bunch of things you should do before actually quitting. Go check out my previous videos because I covered all that, and those come back to this. So you're just quitting right now. You're about to quit today, tomorrow. You quit yesterday. So when you quit, there's going to be a big part of your life that's just missing automatically. If you're anything like me, addiction, drugs, drinking, getting high, that took like a bunch of my hours every week. It would be a daily habits, weekly habits, all the people I spent that time with. It was like a large chunk of my week, a lot of my time. So there's going to be something missing from your life. Like when there's going to be a vacuum. Call it a vacuum, like a hole. Well, not a literal one, but figuratively, there's going to be a big chunk of your life that is now missing. So something is going to fill this emptiness, okay? What we got to do is make sure it's good things. That's it. You got to take the bad habits. We're getting rid of those, and we're going to instill some good habits, okay? So in this vacuum, you're going to have all this emptiness, good habits that you should start. There's a huge opportunity for you. There's an opportunity for you to make the life you always wanted, to better yourself, to build the life of your dreams, because you got to start somewhere. So this is what you want to do. You want to think about all those things that interest you. Imagine what your life would be like without the addiction, and start these new habits, whether it's working out or yoga, or finally pursuing those hobbies that you've been putting off. The first thing I would say is to severely limit your free time. Severely limit your free time, because that's going to be the biggest part. Like, you're going to have to distract yourself from wanting, like, it's hard to stop wanting to get high or get drunk. But if you limit your free time, you keep yourself busy, you're going to have less time to think and concentrate on how much you want that. And it'll get easier over time, but you just want to keep yourself really busy. Idle hands are the devil's tools. That saying is like absolutely perfect for this situation right now. So severely limit your free time. I would say the first thing that you should do is your to-do list. I know when I was drinking and drugging, I wasn't getting anything done. My to-do list was longer than my arm. It wasn't a priority. It was so far down the line. Like, I don't even know how I was living. I wasn't getting anything done. It was horrible. So first thing I'd recommend is start on your to-do list, whether they be personal goals, things around the house, things for your family, just all those chores, man. Knock them out. That's a perfect place to start, because like I said, you got to keep yourself busy. So start with the chores. Then really think about what interests you, like what hobbies you want to start. Maybe you're really into shooting pool and you want to go do pool league. Maybe you want to start going to the gym, and starting a workout routine to get yourself back in like good physical health. So they're all great things. That's great things, man. So you really got to think about what new habits you want to start and really like put them into practice. So when I first was trying to better myself and start these new habits, it was right around like slightly just before COVID. So it was like tail end of 2019. 2019, the entire year, I was rebuilding from rock bottom. All right. Like mid 2017 and the entire year of 2018, that was my rock bottom period. That was like my year and a half worst time of my life. 2019, I was still coming out of it. But like tail end of 2019 to like when COVID hit in March of 2020, that's when I was really trying to start instilling some new healthy habits. Okay. So in January of 2020, I got something called a Heineken January dry pack. And it was alcohol-free beer for free that they'd send to you in the mail. It's like 31 6-ounce cans of Heineken Double Zero. That's 0.0% alcohol. And they sent it for free. Like, I'd never heard of Dry January before, but I was looking it up online in 2020, and I found that. I put in my info, and they sent it to my house. So I was able to go all of January 2020 without drinking. And I'd never done that before. I'd never went a week without drinking since my teenage years. So I just proved to myself that I could do it. Like, I'd say it was a help. It really did help me because I never really entertained the idea of not drinking for a month. But I seen that it was available, and I thought, hey, this is actually perfect. This is absolutely perfect. I'll try this, see if I can go a month. Try to prove it to myself. And I was successful. I went right back to drinking for the rest of 2020 and most of 2021, but I did it again in 2021 as well. Same thing, the free dry pack, sober all of January 2021 as well. It wasn't until like August of 2021 that I quit drinking, and I've been sober ever since. But anyway, it was a big help. So it's end of January right now, so I don't think you could get it. I know it's still available though because I checked before this video. But if you're still dealing with trying to curb your drinking, trying to quit drinking, next year might be something you want to keep in mind. Working out and yoga, I also started to do those during the COVID lockdown. All the gyms were closed, couldn't go to work. So I look up home workouts. I do like calisthenic exercises on the floor. I started doing some yoga stretches and all that. And they're good, healthy habits. One of the things that I did that's a good, healthy habit that helped keep me away from drinking and drugs was fishing. It was a socially distant activity that I could actually go outside and do with other people. Like, because you have a fishing rod, right? And it's got to be 6 feet or something like that. And you can't stand too close to each other because you got to cast and all that. So I could still go with friends to the pier and go fishing and still be socially distant, still talk to people, still be outside. And it was like the perfect solution for what was going on at that time. But yeah, like it was something that helped me keep my mind off of drinking and drugging. At that time, like I probably would still bring, drinks or like weed with me or something like that. But I was still in the process of getting these things out of my life. But the main thing here is with that vacuum, now that you've quit and now you got this emptiness here, fill it with good things. Fill it with good habits, start some new hobbies. And like I said, you're going to be in isolation. It's one of the steps that I covered in previous videos. Now that you're in isolation, what you want to do is start these new things and fill that void that's left from quitting. And so now that you're isolated, you're going to have to make new friendships. They'll happen organically though. It's not something that you want to force, but what you want is new, healthy, like good relationships. And whether you start going to the gym, because it's not COVID anymore. So you start going to the gym, 3 days a week. All right. There's people that go there every day at the same time, every single day. But I'm one of them. Every time I go to the gym, I see the same people there all the time. Occasionally some new people, especially around New Year's. But you'll see the same people. And say you hit it off. You start chatting with somebody and now you see them all the time. You always say, what's up? You got a new potential friend there. Or you start doing yoga. And you join a yoga class. All those people in your yoga class, it's going to be the same people all the time. It's a way to make friends. And not to mention online right now, whatever you're into, whether you're into cosplay, anime, you like to play Pokemon, whatever. You can find a peer group that for every single thing you like. Okay, you can find other people that like that too. And you can start making these new friendships that are good for you, that aren't involved or don't revolve around drugs and alcohol, and make them organically. Like you'll just naturally be like, okay, You know, you're really into that, so am I. So it's like a natural thing. And the friendship will just take place. You know, just be open to it. And I said the most important relationship though that you can I'm sorry. The most important relationship that you need to focus on during your time of isolation is your relationship with God. Okay? During 2020 and the COVID lockdown, I talked to God every single day. I hadn't talked to God in like 15 years. Like when I was a kid, I grew up Christian household, and they sent me to Catholic school all the way until 8th grade, until high school. So as I went to high school and then beyond through my college years, I lost my way. Like religion and talking to God wasn't really even part of my life anymore. And like I said, I didn't plan on messing up. I just, I literally lost my way and I strayed from the path. And so, end of 2019 is really, I started talking to God like, man, help me get my life in order. Help me get stuff back together. Like I'm messing up so bad and I'm trying this whole year to get things back in order. And then like 2020 happened, or not 2020, but COVID happened at the beginning of 2020. And during that COVID lockdown, I talked to God every single day, like about everything. It was like a heart to heart with your best friend. That became my relationship with God. Okay. It's like I was depressed. I was lonely. I was sad. Like I was like not happy with the way my life was going. I was making bad choices still. And I prayed to God, like, please, God, help me fix this. Fix my life for me. Help me fix my life. And I realized I'm never alone. God is always with me. And if there's anybody that can make this happen, it's God. Like if anybody, like I can try to quit. I can try to quit. I can quit for a little bit here, a little bit there, but then I'm just going to go back to it. If there's anybody that can make it stick, it's God. If anybody can solve all your problems, it's God. And that I had that realization in 2020, like during the COVID lockdown when I couldn't go with my family. I couldn't go spend time with anybody. Stores were shut, work was closed, gym was closed, everything. It's like that really helped me foster that relationship with God that had been missing for 15 years prior. And it was really fulfilling because I didn't realize how empty I was without God being part of my life. And drinking and drugging was something that I was doing to replace that emptiness. So anyway, I'm sure you've seen the name of my channel, Resilient Revert. I am a revert to Islam. Like I said, I grew up in a Christian household, but I embraced Islam in November of 2021. Right now, I'm still talking about like COVID. And there's a reason God hasn't come up in any of my videos thus far until this one. It's because, like I said, I didn't talk to God for like 15 years. And it wasn't until end of 2019 and then the COVID lockdown that God actually became part of my life again. God was always with me, but I ignored it. I didn't talk to God. So this is where that started taking place during COVID. And then after COVID, I still talk to God every day. And then eventually, like I said, end of 2021, I embraced Islam. But there's going to be a lot more on that in my coming videos. All I can say is God was waiting for me to talk to him. And he's waiting for you too. He's waiting. And this is your opportunity. It's your opportunity to build that relationship with God. Get your priorities right. Build the life you always wanted. And really make something of yourself. And I say that with no kind of arrogance. Like I've been there. That's why I'm making these videos. To share my experiences with you and hope that you can make something out of yourself. That hope that you can get past this. Because I need to share it. God saved me. This is the exact steps I did. And I'm taking you through them. Like, I'm just trying to help you. That's it. That being said, that's going to be all for today's video. I'm going to tell my story and go into maybe the last step after this video. So next 2 videos, and then it's going to be, I got a bunch of random tips that I'm going to throw your way, but the next 2 videos, really going to make a lot more sense to you. That being said, I hope you found this helpful. Again, I'm Luke. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you in the next one.